I have always been a fan of this blue hair anime girl, and my first memory of seeing her is watching the Triple Baka video on YouTube back in the day. Now I have no idea how I ended up finding this video. Back then YouTube to me in my memory ended up becoming this weird warped reality where I only remember the YouTubers that I used to watch a lot and pretty much nothing else. Did old YouTube even have a recommendation system? This is a serious question because I straight up don't remember. But me being an anime fan, seeing something like this, 3 good looking characters with amazing designs, good animation, and they're singing a song in Japanese, which means I have no idea what they're saying, but they're speaking the same language that the anime characters speak, so it has to be amazing. Also, just the song being very catchy, a full-on earworm that's going to be stuck in your head consistently. It's like watching an anime opening, but it's on your screen and you can access it whenever you want. I had to learn more. I went into the comment section, seen people talk about the characters, searched them up on Google, and tried to research as much as possible. Me falling inside this rabbit hole, I ended up finding tons of other YouTube videos. All the iconic ones like this Teto song, this one right here. I'm forgetting the names of these, which isn't really making my credibility look good, but the main ones that people listen to and remember back then. Stop Nagging Me, full-on classics. A time period a lot of people used to call the golden age of Vocaloid content. But here's the thing, back then I wasn't really that interested in Vocaloid. The thing that really caught my attention was Utaios, because they were free. These two right here were my favorite, Teto and Defoko. I really like these two voices for completely different reasons. I mean, Teto sounds amazing. Even right now with all the multiple voice pangs that she has, I still think her original is my favorite one. Even though the newer ones she has are better, this one is just more iconic and gives me that nostalgic bubbly feel. I also do enjoy when my Vocaloids are a little bit more robotic, which is a trend that not really a lot of people are in. And Defoko is my favorite because she sounds horrible. The best way to describe her voice is like forcing someone to sing a song while they're being waterboarded at the same time. It's a very unappealing noise. But I just can't get enough of it. Hearing any song come out of her mouth was just peak. A beauty to the little hairs inside of my ears that were slowly burning away from our headphones. We should really do something about that. A lot of us are going to go deaf halfway through our life because we destroyed our eardrums listening to max volume Miku music. There used to be so much content of people using her back then. My favorite was these 2 YouTube channels who made original songs and covers only using Defoko. But I can't show you any content from these channels. They don't exist anymore. Their YouTube channel has been deleted and there's no point of searching them up on the internet because no one cared enough to archive them. And I don't remember their names either. Both of them were in Japanese and I can't speak that language. Unfortunately, my story isn't really that unique as there are tons of Vocaloid channels from the early days that just don't exist anymore. It's truly sad to think the amount of content that is just lost on the internet because accounts weren't notable enough for anyone to archive them. So they were just completely forgotten and only lives inside of people's memories and word of mouth. This is also a cry for help. I know you lost media people are crazy. You're able to find content that even the creators didn't even know exists anymore. Please, if anyone knows these channels, find them. Here are some of the songs that they covered. They have to be remembered. Well, let's stop talking about sad stuff and bring up the Project Diva games. This is another way that tons of people got introduced to this franchise. I actually have never played one of these games. I never had a PlayStation console. I was always a Xbox and 3DS household. And yes, before someone brings it up, I'm well aware that they did have a 3DS game. I just never picked it up because I grew up in one of those houses where I was only guaranteed 2 games a year. One, which was my birthday, and for Christmas. And if I ended up getting a game that wasn't those 2 days, it was like a natural event. I'll never forget this one time when I was just sitting down chilling doing nothing and my dad came in. Out of nowhere, it gave me Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword for the DS. I had no idea what I did. I was confused, but there was no time to ask questions. I just picked it up and played the ever-living soul out of that game. I 100%'d it. Not just one time, not just 2 times, not even 3, 5 times. But let me stop talking about this and bring up something that's more important, Miku. So every single time when I had the chance to get the game, I had to really sit down to myself and think, am I gonna risk the few games that I could get a year on Miku when I really could be playing Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate? I picked Monster Hunter. That game is a masterpiece. And I constantly kept on doing that with different games. I ended up never picking up the 3DS games. There was just so much content that I could just watch on the internet. I never really felt the drive to go and pick it up immediately. I just ended up watching the MVs of the game on YouTube, which most of them were just modded playthroughs of people putting in outfits and Vocaloids that weren't in the actual game, but I didn't care. These videos are very nostalgic for me, but I never really got the experience of me sitting down and playing them myself. It doesn't matter how much times you watch someone else play a game, you're never going to be able to replicate the experience of you actually doing it. Sitting down in your sweaty gamer chair with your booty collecting all the sweat, making it nice and swampy, and you touching your controller that's filled to the brim with gamer gunk, pressing the inputs and playing it. I never got that experience, sadly, which it does make me feel like I missed out a whole piece of this franchise that I just never really cared enough to look into. Maybe I'll just play the games down the line. It's not like they're disappearing from existence. After this period, moving to the next console generation, being the Xbox One and PS4, I ended up eventually falling off Miku a bit, mainly because one other thing ended up catching my interest. That ended up being a tiny little franchise known as Musume, and ever since I discovered it around 2017, randomly browsing on the Japanese internet, that's something that I used to do back then when I get bored. I'll just search up on the internet other countries and just see what people in Africa are doing right now, going on Google Maps. Yes, while you, boring, uneducated self, used to spend your time inside the computer lab playing cool Mac games, I used to look at Georgia, the country. Just like most people, I can only keep a couple of super obsessions at the time, so Miku ended up being replaced with unlimited knowledge of Musume lore. I'm truly open book. I can tell you so much things about that franchise that I guarantee you don't know, but trust me, all these skills I'm picking up, I will find a way to make it useful in my life. I just need to try a little bit harder. I'm not wasting my time. So during this period, I only ended up listening to the very popular songs that ended up coming out during the time. And it was like that around 2017 all the way to 2020. So I don't really have a lot to bring up with this period. All of that ended up changing when I ended up getting back inside the community around 2021. Re-entering this place, I ended up noticing how much this ended up evolving around my break. It was completely different because of 2 things. One is being Project Sakai. Every time when I see someone bring up Project Sakai, it's usually a younger person or just a full-on child, which make it very clear to me that I'm not really going to be interested in this. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that this is bad because the people who enjoy it are mostly kids. I know there's a lot of people who have that brain dead mindset where kids like this, so it's evil. Even though kids could like something else that they like, but that's okay because they like it, so it's completely different. And actually the people who enjoy it isn't kids, they're all fully grown men, even though that's not the case. I'm not trying to do that. I just knew I wasn't going to be the target demographic. When I did give the game a chance, shocking to absolutely no one, I didn't really enjoy it that much. I also know that this game has a weird unnecessary beef with older fans because they think it killed the Project Diva franchise, which it did. I mean, a gacha mobile game is going to be way more profitable than a game that you just release once and can only make money off it once. Look, you can put a character in a cool outfit, put them in a gacha role, and some kid can go and steal their parents' credit or debit card and spend as much money as they want so they can go get the character that they want. Hi, it's me in the future really late at night, and I'm looking at some card art so I can go and put on the video. What are some of these art pieces? Why are a lot of them so over dramatic? Like, look at this one right here. Is she in Silent Hill? What's going on? If anyone who plays the game and watching this video, please don't tell me. I just want to live in ignorance. Why are these? Why are Wait, why are these cards so over dramatic? What is going on in this game? It's just a rhythm game with Miku in it. The second biggest event ended up being the release of Kasane Tenno Simplifies. Oh my god. This is even a bit. I'm not gonna cut this out. I'm gonna get this right. Synthesize V. I was so excited for this to come out. She was already one of my favorites, and her getting an actual release, and it also sounds amazing, combined with the fact that everyone knew it was going to be huge and successful. I mean, come on. Think about it. She was already a very popular character before the release. She's an old character, and that's good because two things that a lot of people from Gen Z and Gen Alpha are obsessed with, the two main audience of Vocaloid, are nostalgia and ammonia. Now, if you have no idea what ammonia is, I'm not going to tell you. Synthesize V is significantly more easier to use and to make sound good. She was just guaranteed to be successful. So when she ended up coming out and being successful, she single-handedly brought tons of people into this community, making new creators, because again, as someone who does try to make some of these behind the scenes, although I'm not really good at it, Synthesize V characters, all of them in general, are just very easy to use and make sound good. There's a reason why tons of new creators specifically use this line of Vocaloid. So it brought tons of new producers and new fans because she just sounds amazing. Actually, she got so popular that tons of people hate her now, saying that she's overrated, which this is something that a lot of people like to pretend is a deep and complex argument inside the community, but to be honest, I just think it's a worthless conversation. Okay, this whole thing is a living example of people pretending to have problems with things so they can sound cool. All you people love to make fun of her, saying that she's overused, and if a creator used them, you're boring and null. But if a song ended up releasing and Teto and Miku are in it, it's guaranteed to get around 1 million views or at least a bit of attention, because guess what? People want to listen to it. They like her. They don't really care about other characters like Rizu Rem. I got her name so wrong. What was I even trying to say there? Because that was... What? I'm so confused looking back. What happened to me? I bet you didn't even know she exists. So this is just a whole worthless conversation. And there are also tons of creators who use different underrated Vocaloid and also Teto in unique ways, making her sound different because she's a very versatile model. You people just don't listen to it because you're too busy looking at surface level popular stuff and pretending that the whole genre of music is trash because you don't care enough to explore. That's a you problem. If you actually care about people using the same things over and over again and not using different Vocaloids, make songs yourself. And I'm not even saying this as like a guaranteed catch-all when someone runs out of arguments when you criticize something they like and they're like, do it yourself. No, I'm serious. Learn how to use Vocaloid. One of the best parts about this community is that anyone can pick up one of these and make whatever they want. Original songs, covering popular ones, make them talk to each other. It's right there. All you have to do is learn how to use it. And the software is also very easy to get. You can easily start with Synth V. Pick up any one of these characters. There's tons of them out there who definitely need more love. Like this girl right here. She sounds amazing. She actually has such a beautiful voice, but she barely has any content. She has like one original song and a Has-Been Hotel Gravity cover, which like it's a really good cover, but Gravity isn't really that good of a Has-Been Hotel song, and she needs more work. And yes, I know what you're saying right now. I can't do it. It costs money. That's completely okay. You can always just sail the 7 seas. I mean, you can just always access free Vocaloids like Utaiwo that is free. It always exists. I mean, you could just pick up one of them. A lot of them need love. Like, actually, there's so much Utawos that are in the community and people know about and no one even cares about. And don't mind me, I'm not a hypocrite. I even decided to pick back up where I left off, making some Utawo using My Beloved. And I was gonna show some of them to you. I made a whole Has-Been Hotel cover, Stay Gone, on my old PC, which ended up crashing, and the SSD where I had all the content on got deleted. Yay! And I can't recover it. But I did want to make it. So just pretend that I'm putting it up here. I'll definitely upload it sometime in the future. I just made a promise that I'm probably never going to keep, and I'm also going to keep this in the video, so this could be used against me if I do get popular. Anyway, that's it. I am planning to make a way more bigger Vocaloid video, just talking about every type of creator that I have found on the internet, whether that's being artists who makes music, people who make Talkaloids, just that type of content. But I just wanted to make one video talking about it first, just my history with this franchise before I get into that. So that's what this is right here. My name is Lua. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.